Hey guys, are you looking for a way to make your research more interesting, more personal for what you need? Sometimes when conducting research, it's hard to find the exact information that you need, but the thought of spending hours conducting a study of your own can be absolutely horrifying. So, no worries. I have a great solution for you. Welcome to Google Forms. With Google Forms, you can create your own survey, have a multitude of different people take it, and then even have Google calculate the results for you in Google spreadsheets. So let's get started and I'll show you exactly how simple it can be. The first thing that you need to do is open up Google Forms, and there's different ways that you can get to it. If you would like, you can just click on the apps button at the top and then go to the apps where you see Google Forms. Or if you are already in Google Docs, then you can, sorry, I'm messing it all up. From Google Drive, you can just click New and then go to More and you'll see Forms. So I'm going to open up a new Google form. Mine's going to look a little bit different from you simply because the parish is the one that my subscription is through. And so I have these extra little form settings at the top. So I'm going to just scroll down, and this is what yours should look like when you open it to see. So the first thing that we want to do is give it a title. And I am simply going to call this Montessori Spring Fair Survey. And I'm going to go ahead and get started with my survey. So the first thing that I want to do is ask the first question. Now, typically in a survey, you don't have names that are asked, but just in case, for some reason, you would want to go ahead and make that information the first item. And when we look at the spreadsheet in a little bit, you'll see why. So if you need to ask name or any kind of like identifying information, you would want to do that first. This is clearly not a multiple choice question. So I'm simply going to come and click text, and it gives us a text box where they can just write their name. And then I'm going to make this a required question, meaning that you can't continue and finish the survey until this question is answered. When I click done, you can see what that question will look like. And now I want to add another item. So this would be number 2. And I want to know, do you plan to attend Montessori's Spring Fair? And this is just a simple yes or no question. So here I'm going to leave it as a multiple choice. And our options are yes or no. Very simple. Make it a required question, so it has to be answered. And click done, and you can see what it looks like. I'm going to add another one. Question 3. How much do you enjoy live music at the event? Some people might think it's awesome. Some people might think, oh my goodness, that's so annoying. There's enough noise out here. So we just kind of want to know, is it worth us putting forth the effort to have this? Instead of having a multiple choice question, we are going to do a scale of 1 to 5. You can change your scale to be whatever range you would like for it to be. Now, 1 would simply be, I can't stand it. And 5 would be, I love it. I'm going to require this question, and then I'm going to click done. And you can see now I have a scale, and they just simply choose 1 to 5. I want to add another item. This is question 4. How well do you like these foods? Now, I haven't specified any foods. I'm not going to do a multiple choice. I'm going to do something really cool. It's called a grid. And so now you see where I have rows and I have columns. So for row 1, I am going to list the foods. So let's say a hot dog, we have a hamburger, and let's throw in some nachos. Now for column 1, I want to know again how much people enjoy these foods. So this would be not at all. Column 2 could be like, it's okay. And then column 3, let's go ahead and just say my favorite. Be enthusiastic about it. I'm going to require this, and I'm going to click done. So now what we've done is we've created this awesome little grid, and all they need to go through and do is choose a hot dog. How do I feel about it? It's okay. Hamburger, not at all. So if you're trying to gather some specific information, this would be, a useful tool for that. Let's go ahead with question 5. How many children will be attending with you this year? So again, this could possibly be a multiple choice question, I suppose, but we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to choose from a list so that it gives us a drop-down menu. So for time's sake, I'm just going to do 4 children. And so we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, just for time purposes here. And I'm going to require it and click done. So now they have a drop down where they just choose how many they're going to bring. Now I've just asked, how many children are you bringing? And I want to also, sometimes getting that data, it's important to specify some information. And so if I'm thinking about foods from earlier, now how many people they're bringing, it's also important to know the age ranges for children. So I want to know, what are the age ranges of the children attending? And again, I'm going to make this into a grid. And so we're going to have child 1, child 2, child 3, and child 4. And then for age ranges, we have the toddler, we have primary, elementary 1, elementary 2, and I think I clicked something crazy, and then middle school. And so I'm going to require 1 response per row, although I guess you wouldn't have to do that. Oh my goodness, it added all these crazy things. Okay, I just cleaned that up real quick because it did something funny. So all I did was go to edit, and you'll see there's a little X next to each one of these. And so it had us with like 15 columns. And so I was just clicking the X's to get that out. Now I do have to require 1 response per row because I do want them to fill out the information. So someone may only be bringing 1 child with them, which means that all of this information isn't applicable to them. So you'll notice that I added a column for NA, not applicable, meaning that it doesn't pertain to them. They still have to come over here and choose, but we get all of the information that we need. And sometimes it's important to remember that. And then question 7, and you can see I forgot to put the number for the previous question, so we can go back and edit that. Let's list 3 adjectives to describe the Montessori Spring Fair each year. And for this, I'm thinking maybe we want to make a t-shirt. And so I want to create a Wordle with the words that people associate with the spring fair, so that the words that are the most repetitive would show up large, and so it would just make for a unique t-shirt design. And instead of multiple choice, we're just going to do paragraph text. And so here they would be able to write multiple adjectives. And I'm going to require, and I'm going to click done. And then I still need to come up here because I forgot to put 6. And that'll bother me. Come down and click done. And so now I have used a lot of different options as far as ways that you can pose questions and get responses. And so what I want to do is I want to view the live form. So I'm going to go up here. And so now we can actually see what the form looks like when it's live. And what you can do is simply collect, copy and paste this URL, and we can turn that into a QR code so that you can put the QR code on like the monthly newsletter that you send home to parents, and then they can scan it. And if you're not familiar with a QR code or how to make it, I'll show you real fast. So what you can do is, I'm going to just open a new tab here, and I'm going to clear this one. If you search QR generator, okay, you can just click on the first one if you'd like. And so this one is really neat. All you do is you have a URL. So I copied it. I'm going to paste it into here. And what I'm going to do is create a QR code. And that's what this thing is. I need to plug in. So right here, you can either download it, or if you're familiar with taking a screenshot or just like a portion of a screenshot, like I can hit certain buttons and then I can just take a picture. You heard it, of this, and it makes it into a JPEG for me. And so all I have to do is, when I go to create my newsletter, is say, hey, please take this survey about Montessori Spring Fair. And I would just put the QR code on there. So when someone has their iPad or their iPhone, they can just use a QR scanner to scan it, and it will bring up the form where they put all the information in. So I'm going to stop this video here, and I'm going to go ahead and make another video to show you, once you have all the data in, what it's going to look like and where you can get it. So I hope you've been thinking throughout this whole time exactly different ways that you'll be able to use the Google Forms so that it's something that, has a purpose and a meaning in your life, and hopefully can help make something easier. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope to see some different ways that you've used it soon.